we have already seen drug acting on cardiovascular system, and the chemistry, medicinal chemistry of same is remaining. So we'll take in upcoming sessions also. Out of that, 50% part is already we have finished in the sympathomimetic sympatholytic chapter, and remaining part I would like to revise you again. So that's why I'm preparing the slides. That's why we'll see that part on later on after finishing this vitamin chapter. Today we are going to discuss this vitamin chapter. यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट हो गया विटामिन से. Today we'll discuss vitamin chapter, which is there from biochemistry, and from biochemistry this one is another important chapter, very important chapter for GPAT, Niper, and even for government pharmacist, government lectureship, and DI exam. So this vitamin chapter is very important. So basically the term vitamins, how it was invented, who defined the term vitamins. So vitamins means what? V vitamins means what? V for vital amines. So you can say they are nothing but the vital amines. So they are very important for your metabolism. Vital amines, vitamins. Vitamins means they are vital amines. They are very important for metabolism, and they have definite important role in the body, in the metabolism, in the growth, okay, etc. Differentiation of cell, okay, even for sterility also. So these are nothing but the vital amines. Okay. So who was coined this term? Remember this vitamin terms. Or vitamins means vital amine. Vitamins vital, and amine is amine containing function. So there was a scientist known as Flunk in 1913. He was isolated first time a active principle or a compound from a rice, and he found that the compound was amine in nature. So, and it was very important. क्यों? क्योंकि ये होता है कि rice there was a group of people who was suffering from, you know, who was suffering from beriberi. Vitamin B1 deficiency is there, known as beriberi, and the deficiency was found to be because of the polishing of your rice. जो rice होता है, normally जो rice होता है, rice के जो छिलका होता है, so in that outer coating of your rice, so it has a vitamin B1, thiamine. So polishing of that vitamins, there is a loss of that vitamin, and that's why eating of polished rice by the group of people, and that leads to very well, very. So Planck in 1930 he found that there is a some principle in the in that polishing. So after the polishing, that principle is lost. So he named that principle as a vitamin. After isolating the principle, it was a amine in nature, and that's why he renamed it. He named as a vitamins. Vitamins means vital amines. Okay. So Flunk in 1913 was isolated one principle from the rice. Okay, from the rice known as a vitamin, vital amine, which was very responsible for the development of beriberi. Okay, so polishing of rice removes this vitamin B1. Also, it was later found on the. Also later on, it was found in the yeast. Yeast जो होता है इसमें भी ये मिल रहा है. Which would could which would could which could can cure which can cure beriberi. So ये vitamin जो है that was able to cure the beriberi, known as a vitamin B1 thiamine. Okay, so in 1913 the Flunk was isolated one principle from the rice. It was amine in nature, and that's why he named as a vital amine, because that principle was very important. It was a preventive factor for beriberi, and it is one of the disease. And normally in upcoming slide, when we will see vitamin, water soluble vitamin, in that the deficiency of thiamine leads to beriberi. There are three types of beriberi also: dry beriberi, wet beriberi, neurological beriberi. Okay, so basically this Bloom in 1913 found the principle that is amine in nature from the rice. He named as a vital amines. Later on, that principle was also isolated from the yeast. तो yeast में से भी ये principle isolate किया है. Whatever breads, whatever butter you are, whatever breads, whatever toast, okay, whatever bun you are eating, okay, so that is a fermented product. जो butter जो आप toast खाते हो, जो आप bread खाते हो, वो क्या है, एक fermentation product है. Fermentation product by the yeast. जो आपका जो wheat flour का डंप होता है, उसको ही फर्मेंट करके वो ईस्ट वो बनाते हैं, है ना, ब्रेड वगैरह जो भी टोस्ट वगैरह होता है. तो देखो उसमें एक थोड़ा सा येलो कलर होता है, एंड दैट कलर इज ड्यू टू द विटामिन। उसमें भी विटामिन B1 होता है, बी कॉम्प्लेक्स होता है। Okay? So that's why it was later on found in the East, which can cure beriberi. Now he coined the term vitamins. Vitamins means vital amines, which are very important for life. Which are very important for life. They have a different role in the body. So they have a different role. Like for example, so lipid soluble vitamins, they are very important. Their role is nothing but they are the very important. They are, some of them are steroid. Okay? They are steroidal in nature. For example, vitamin D. Some are known as anti-sterility factor, vitamin E, right? So vitamin A is very important for the sight and membrane permeability as well as your skin. Vitamin A अगर deficiency हो गया, so you will suffer from night blindness. ना? So these are the very important amines. They have different role. Okay, they are not a biomolecules. Okay, they are not a building block for your polysaccharide. They are not a building block for your lipids. They are not a building block for amines. But these are very important important molecules which have a different role, which have a physiological role. Okay, so like vitamin A is important for your sight. So if you are suffering from vitamin A deficiency, you may suffer from night blindness, etc., etc. If you are suffering from vitamin D deficiency, you will suffer from the uh, uh, you will suffer from the either rickets or osteomalacia. If you are suffering from the deficiency of vitamin E, you will suffer from the importance. Okay, so vitamin E is important. So likewise, if you are deficient of vitamin K, so that leads to bleeding. Okay, because vitamin K is important for coagulation. So these are the vitamins, vital amines, which are very important. They have important physiological role in the body. Okay, they are not a building block. They have different. Okay, they differs from your biomolecules. तो आपके जो biomolecules है, जैसे कार्बोहाइड्रेट, लिपिड एंड प्रोटीन्स, अमीनो एसिड, उससे ये डिफरेंट है. दे आर नॉट अ स्ट्रक्चरल यूनिट्स इन योर बॉडी. So they are having very important physiological role. That's it. And okay, they are present in the vegetable vegetables also, as well as in the animal food also. Okay, now vitamins, they are largely classified in two groups depending upon their solubility. Vitamins are classified depending upon their solubility. Either they are soluble in the water or they are soluble in the oil. Am I audible to you clearly? So vitamins, basically they are classified into two groups. Okay, okay. So those vitamins which are soluble in the water, they are known as water soluble vitamins. Those vitamins which are soluble in the oil, they are known as lipid soluble vitamins or fat soluble vitamins. Okay, so there are the few vitamins which are soluble in the lipid and they are not soluble in the water. जो लिपिड soluble है, they are not soluble in the water. जो water soluble है वो लिपिड soluble नहीं है. Okay. Now what are the lipid soluble vitamins? इसके ऊपर ऑलरेडी क्वेश्चन आता है, so you have to remember. So lipid soluble vitamins or fat soluble vitamins. Okay, lipid soluble vitamins or fat soluble vitamins, or they are also known as isoprenoid vitamins, or sometimes they are also known as carotenoids. सेम नाम है. देखो, फैट सोल्यूबल विटामिन, लिपिड सोल्यूबल विटामिन, आइसोप्रेनॉइड विटामिन्स, है कैरोटीनॉइड विटामिन्स. सो इन दैट यू आर गोइंग टू हैव विटामिन ए, विटामिन डी, विटामिन ई एंड विटामिन के. A, D, E, K. You have to remember. Vitamin A, retinol. It is known as a retinol. Retinoic acid. There are three vitamins of vitamin A. इसका तीन टाइप होता है विटामिन ए का. विटामिन ए रेटिनॉल मतलब अल्कोहल फंक्शनिंग वाला, रेटिनॉल मतलब एल्डिहाइड फंक्शनिंग वाला, एंड रेटिनोइक एसिड मतलब एसिड फंक्शनिंग वाला. सो दीज आर नोन एज अ विटामर्स ऑफ योर विटामिन ए. ठीक है. विटामिन डी मीन्स इट इज नोन एज अ कोलिकैल्सिफेरॉल, है ना. कोलिकैल्सिफेरॉल, इसका एक्टिव फॉर्म होता है 1,25 कोलिकैल्सिफेरॉल. वो आई थिंक यस्टरडे या 2-3 दिन पहले मैंने ग्रुप में भेजा था. Then vitamin E, they are known as a tocopherols. Vitamin K, they are known as a phyloquinone. So these are the vitamin known as a lipid soluble vitamin. Okay, lipid soluble vitamin, they are the soluble in the oil and lipids and fats. Okay, they are having isoprenoid unit. So they will have one main ring. Okay, so like in a vitamin A, beta ion ring is there. In a vitamin D, there is a स्टेरॉइडल रिंग. विटामिन ई में होता है टोकोल रिंग. विटामिन के में होता है फाइलो मेना. विटामिन ए में होता है ना. विटामिन के में होता है आपका बेंजोक्विनोन रिंग. आफ्टर दैट रिंग they will have isoprene units like C5H8. They will have different isoprene known as a lipid soluble vitamin, and they have toxicity, right? They can cause hypervitaminosis. आपको यहाँ पे याद रखना है, they can cause hypervitaminosis. Hypervitaminosis. Why? Because they are stored in the body. They are stored in the body, in the lipids, in the fatty tissue, in the liver. Okay? They have storage form. They are stratified with the lipids and they are stored in the body. That's why they can cause hypervitaminosis. That's why they can cause toxicity. So lipid soluble vitamin A, D, E, K. Yeah. Now next class है water soluble vitamin. They are soluble in the water obviously, and they are not soluble in the lipids. They are further divided into two groups. So B complex vitamin and non B complex vitamin, है ना. B complex vitamin में B complex वाले आते हैं, non B complex vitamin में आता है विटामिन C. So non B complex vitamin कौन सा है? विटामिन C. उसको अपन बोलते हैं ascorbic acid. So it is also known as ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid. कभी कभी जीपैट में पूछेंगे आपका, जीपैट में पूछे आपका, so which vitamin is having structure similar to sugars? So vitamin A, vitamin C, that is known as ascorbic acid, and also it is a derivative of gluconic acid. So vitamin C has a structure similar to sugars. Then B complex vitamin, in that you have again further divided into different class. B complex में different class होता है. B complex vitamins, energy releasing vitamins, means what? They are the vitamins responsible for the metabolism, responsible for the energy production. So most of them, they serve as a co-factor for various enzymes in the body. तो ये एनर्जी रिलीजिंग वाले विटामिन जो है ना, पहला कौन सा है? लिपिड सोल्यूबल विटामिन. दूसरा कौन सा है? वाटर सोल्यूबल विटामिन. वाटर सोल्यूबल में क्या है? दो टाइप है. कौन सा है? पहला होता है नॉन बी कॉम्प्लेक्स विटामिन, उसका एग्जांपल है विटामिन सी. दूसरा होता है बी कॉम्प्लेक्स विटामिन, उसमें भी टाइप्स है. तो पहला है उसमें एनर्जी रिलीजिंग विटामिन. सो एनर्जी रिलीजिंग मतलब क्या? ये एनर्जी देते हैं. कैसे देते हैं? खुद नहीं देते. So they are the cofactors. They are the cofactors for different metabolic enzymes, different metabolic processes. So example is thymine. Thymine is known as a B1, vitamin B1. Then riboflavin. Riboflavin is known as a vitamin B2. Niacin. Niacin or nicotinic acid known as a vitamin B3. Then pyridoxine. Pyridoxine is known as a vitamin B6. Biotin. Biotin is known as a B7. Pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid is known as a vitamin B5. And there is a vitamin B9 known as a folic acid, vitamin B12 known as cyanocobalamin, and vitamin B7 is also there. Vitamin some other lipoic acid is also there. So actually that is not a one, that is not exactly vitamin. उसका रोल अलग है. So energy releasing vitamin कौन सा है? Thymine, riboflavin, niacin, pyridoxine, biotin and pantothenic acid. तो याद रखना है, थायमिन को क्या बोलते हैं? B1. B1 is thymine, B2 is riboflavin, B3 is a niacin, B6 is a pyridoxine, B7 is a biotin, B5 is a pantothenic acid. So they are involved in the energy production. They are the cofactors for particular enzymes in the reactions, and they are mainly involved in the production of energy in the body. Okay, ये सब क्या है? cofactors है energy releasing vitamins. Now second आता है उसमें hematopoietic vitamin. अभी hematopoietic मतलब नाम में रखा है. आप बोलते हो नाम में क्या रखा है? हेमाटोपोइटिक मतलब ये खून को बढ़ाएगा, है ना. तो ये दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ आरबीसी एंड ब्लड सेल्स. सो इन दैट यू आर गोइंग टू हैव फोलिक एसिड इज देयर, विटामिन B9, साइनोकोबालामाइन, विटामिन B12. इसके ऊपर अभी क्वेश्चन आ चुके हैं बहुत सारे, हम देखेंगे बाद में आएंगे. तो साइनोकोबालामाइन इज देयर. रिमेंबर लिपिड सोल्यूबल विटामिन A, D, E, K. देन वाटर सोल्यूबल में दो आता है, नॉन बी कॉम्प्लेक्स विटामिन C. बी कॉम्प्लेक्स में भी दो आता है, एनर्जी रिलीजिंग थायमिन, राइबोफ्लाविन, niacin, pyridoxine, biotin, pantothenic acid. And hematopoietic means जो blood को बढ़ाएगा. Folic acid is there and cyanocobalamin is there. Some vitamins they are not synthesized in the body and they are to be supplied in from diet. So synthesis of vitamin. Some vitamins they are also synthesized in the body. Okay. Some vitamins they are also synthesized in the body. In GPAT अभी recently GPAT 21 I think 22 में question आएगा. Which vitamin is synthesized in the body? The GIT. So synthesis of vitamin in the GIT by intestinal bacteria. You know, am I audible to you? Synthesis of vitamins in the GIT by intestinal bacteria. So your intestine or your GIT or your gut has a bacterial flora. they are useful bacteria. They are not a pathogenic or harmful bacteria. So they are very important. Okay? So they used to synthesize some vitamins, particularly B complex vitamins and vitamin K and B complex vitamin. इसके ऊपर ही क्वेश्चन आया था. Which vitamin is synthesized in the body? Vitamin K. That is the lipid soluble vitamin. And other vitamin like B complex vitamins are synthesized in the body. So biotin. Okay. Remember, vitamin K is synthesized in the body. Most of the vitamins they are not synthesized by human by their own, but vitamin K and biotin and some vitamin B complex they are synthesized by bacteria in the intestinal flora. You have to remember. B complex vitamins are also synthesized but up to lesser extent. बी कॉम्प्लेक्स विटामिन और विटामिन के ये आपके बॉडी में बनते हैं, बाकी विटामिन आपके बॉडी में बनते नहीं है. बस दो ही याद रखना है. देयर इज ओनली वन विटामिन फ्रॉम विटामिन लिपिड सोल्यूबल विटामिन, दैट इज विटामिन के, एंड some up to some extent vitamin B complex they are synthesized in the body. Other vitamins they are not synthesized in the body, they have to be supplemented from the diet. यहाँ पे okay. Now next we'll see what do you mean by vitamins. It is a term related to vitamins. It is term related to structures of vitamins or isomers of vitamins. Vitamins क्या होते हैं? They are nothing but the isomer of vitamins. जैसे विटामिन ए, विटामिन ए को बोलते हैं अपन रेटिनॉल. ओके, विटामिन ए इज रेटिनॉल. तो उसका दूसरा डेरिवेटिव होता है रेटिनॉल एंड तीसरा होता है रेटिनोइक एसिड. तो रेटिनॉल मतलब क्या? ऑल आ गया मतलब क्या? OH ग्रुप. OH मतलब क्या? रेटिनॉल इज अल्कोहल. ओके, OH मतलब अल्कोहल. रेटिनॉल AL मतलब क्या? अल्डिहाइड. इट इज अल्डिहाइड. एंड एसिड मतलब क्या? COH. So retinol as a OH group, retinol as a aldehyde group, and retinoic acid as a COH group. Now all these three are known as the vitamins of vitamin A. So what is vitamins? Chemically similar substances, quality similar to the vitamin. So like vitamin A, एक का vitamins होता है retinol, retinoic acid and retinaldehyde. Okay. So retinol, retinoic acid. They are the vitamins of vitamin A. In the similar way, there are another vitamins also. For example, pyridoxine has a pyridoxine, then pyridoxal phosphate and pyridoxamine. They are the vitamins of vitamin B6. विटामिन B6 को अपन pyridoxine बोलते हैं. pyridoxine उसके ही different फॉर्म है. pyridoxine, pyridoxal and pyridoxamine. So pyridoxine is a okay, then pyridoxal is a aldehyde form and pyridoxamine is a amine form. So you will see classification again. So classification of vitamins. So they are classified mainly based upon their solubility. So water soluble vitamins and lipid soluble vitamins. So what are the water soluble vitamins? Further they are divided into three groups. Okay. So non B complex vitamin, they are known as non B complex vitamin. Example है उसका ascorbic acid और उसको बोलते हैं अपन विटामिन C. So it will have a sugar like structure. Okay. L ascorbic acid, that is the active form. इसका L, okay. So there are two forms, D and L ascorbic acid. So out of that, L ascorbic acid is active form, D is not active. Then B complex vitamin. So in that you are going to have different classes like those which is responsible for the energy production. So energy yielding vitamins. So they are the cofactors for metabolism. Different enzymes involved in the metabolism. So thymine is B1, riboflavin is known as B2, pantothenic acid known as B3, niacin B5, biotin B7 and lipoic acid. Now hematopoietic vitamins. So they are responsible for the formation of RBC and blood cells. So in that you have folic acid, vitamin B9, cyanocobalamin known as vitamin B2. And then others for example vitamin B6, pyridoxine. Then next class आता है आपका lipid soluble vitamin. Lipid soluble और fat soluble vitamin और carotenoid like structure होता है उनका. So they are having carotene like structure. Okay. Isoprenide units are there. So in that vitamin A is there, which is known as the retinol, which is the active form. Retinol and retinoic acid are the vitamins of vitamin A. Vitamin D known as a cholecalciferol, ergocalciferol. So vitamin A as a vitamin A cholecalciferol. Then vitamin D is known as a cholecalciferol. Vitamin D1 is known as a hydroxycholecalciferol. Okay, that is a 25 hydroxycholecalciferol. Okay. विटामिन D1 ये जो विटामिन डी है उसको कोलिकैल्सिफेरॉल बोलते हैं. D1 को 25 हाइड्रोक्सी कोलिकैल्सिफेरॉल बोलते हैं. एंड विटामिन B2 जो है ना उसको बोलते हैं अपन विटामिन डी मतलब ये D1 होता है, सो कोलिक एसिड। D2 मतलब क्या, 25 हाइड्रोक्सी कोलिक एसिड कैल्शियम डायल। विटामिन D2 मतलब कैल्शियम डायल। विटामिन D3 मतलब कैल्शियम ट्रायल होता है, जैसे 1,25 डाई हाइड्रोक्सी कोलिक एसिड। तो ये इसके विटामिन है। देन विटामिन ई नोन एज टोकोफेरॉल्स, इसमें तकरीबन तकरीबन 8 विटामिन है। There are 8 tocopherols. Out of that, okay, alpha is active. Alpha tocopherol. Alpha tocopherol is biologically active. तो अल्फा, बीटा, गामा, डेल्टा, थीटा, ईटा, ऐसे टाइप्स होते हैं। देन विटामिन के आता है आपको, विटामिन के नोन एज फाइलोक्विनोन, मेनाक्विनोन, है ना। उसमें दो तीन टाइप आता है, विटामिन के 1, के 2, के 3। तो विटामिन के 1 इज नोन एज फाइलोक्विनोन, विटामिन के 2 इज नोन एज मेनाक्विनोन, विटामिन के 3 इज नोन एज मेनाडायन। ये के 1 है फाइलोक्विनोन, it K2 मेनागोनोन है, and K3 जो होता है that is known as a K3 is known as a menadione. Menadione is nothing but it is a synthetic form of vitamin K. Am I audible to you? Am I audible? आवाज येत आहे का? Next one is nothing but the okay, biochemistry of lipid soluble vitamins. So biochemistry of fat soluble vitamins. So we'll see one by one. So first one is nothing but the vitamin A. Vitamin A is known as a retinol. It is known as a retinol. It is a primary alcohol. इसमें रिंग कौन सा होता है देखो याद रखो, बीटा आयोनोन रिंग। क्वेश्चन आता है इंपॉर्टेंट है, बीटा आयोनोन रिंग with 2 isoprenoid units and 4 double bonds with 1 hydroxyl group. So you can see the structure of retinol over here. This ring is known as beta ionion ring. This ring is known as a beta ionion ring. क्या है, beta ionion ring. And after that, so these are known as isoprenoid units. CH2C, C5H8, well, isoprenoid units. So this vitamin A has a beta ionion ring and 4, okay, and 2 isoprenoid units. तो ये एक यूनिट हो गया, और ये एक 2 isoprenoid units and 4 double bonds. देखो 1 2 4 double bonds and 1 hydroxyl group, 1 OH group. So retinol उसका डेरिवेटिव होता है अल्डिहाइड डेरिवेटिव नोन एज रेटिनॉल। यू कैन सी हियर अल्डिहाइड डेरिवेटिव, सो मींस अल्कोहल डेरिवेटिव रेटिनॉल। तो याद कैसे रखना है इसको, तो पहले तो ये रिंग याद रखना है आपको, कौन सा, बीटा आयोनोन रिंग, बीटा आयोनिन रिंग, या फिर सिंपली बीटा आयोनिन रिंग याद रखो। उसके बाद में एक बार बीटा आयोनिन, ओके, तीसरा फॉर्म होता है उसका एसिड फॉर्म, रेटिनोइक एसिड। ओके, सो रेटिनॉल, रेटिनॉल एंड रेटिनोइक एसिड, पहला रेटिनॉल है ओएल, रेटिनॉल दूसरा है, तीसरा होता है रेटिनोइक एसिड। दे आर नोन एज विटामिन्स ऑफ विटामिन ए। तो इसका स्ट्रक्चर याद कैसे रखना है, तो आपको पहले सिंपल लैंग्वेज में याद रखना है। तो कैसा, एक बेंजीन रिंग निकालने का, तो एक बेंजीन रिंग है ना, उसके ऊपर क्या है, दो झंडे है, झंडे है ना, अपन लेता झंडा, फ्लैग है ना। एक क्या है, बेंजीन है, उसके ऊपर 2 झंडे हैं, मतलब यहाँ पे 2 झंडे। उसके बाद में उसके साइड, उसके 2 झंडे के बाद में यहाँ पे 4 झोपड़ियाँ हैं। क्या झोपड़ियाँ, जैसे मतलब ये एक झोपड़ी ना, ये एक झोपड़ी ना, ये दूसरा, तीसरा, चौथा। सो बेंजीन रिंग, उसके ऊपर 2 झंडे हैं, उसके बाद में उसको अटैचमेंट क्या है, 4 झोपड़ियाँ हैं, 4 झोपड़ियाँ हैं, और 4 झोपड़ी में क्या है, अल्टरनेट डबल बॉन्ड है। ये छोड़ो, यहाँ पे डबल बॉन्ड रखो, ये छोड़ो, इसका डबल बॉन्ड, ये छोड़ो, ये इसका डबल बॉन्ड, ये छोड़ो, इसका डबल बॉन्ड। 4 झोपड़ियाँ, 4 जो झोपड़ियाँ हैं उसमें 2 झोपड़ी के ऊपर भी झंडे हैं, उसमें भी 2 झोपड़ी के ऊपर झंडे हैं। सो दैट्स हाउ यू कैन रिमेम्बर द स्ट्रक्चर। आर यू गेटिंग, समझ रहे आपको, समझते का, आर यू गेटिंग। So this is known as a beta ion ring and 2 isoprenoid unit, then 4 double bonds and OH group, that is a retinol. So alcohol derivative retinol, aldehyde derivative retinol, and acid derivative retinoic acid. They are known as the vitamers of each other. Vitamers of each other. Now what is the vitamers of each other? Now उसका फंक्शन वगैरह अपन देखेंगे बाद में। सो रिकमेंडेड डेली अलाउंसेस, हाउ मच क्वांटिटी ऑफ विटामिन ए इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर ह्यूमन बॉडी डेली। सो रिकमेंडेड डेली अलाउंसेस RDA, सो 1000 यूनिट्स ऑफ रेटिनॉल, 1000 यूनिट्स ऑफ रेटिनॉल, और 3,500 international unit of retinol in 800 milligram, you know, 800 milligram लगता है woman में. So in the men's 1000 ये retinol units लगता है या फिर 3.5 thousand international unit and 800 units respectively for men and women. What is the good source of vitamin A? ना तो आजकल विटामिन अगर किसी को पूछे, मैं पूछूंगा ना किसी को व्हाट इज द सोर्स ऑफ विटामिन ए, तो वो बोलेगा मुझे सर विटामिन ए इज प्रेजेंट इन द क्रीम्स, विटामिन ए इज प्रेजेंट इन द फेस क्रीम, विटामिन ए इज प्रेजेंट इन द बॉडी लोशन, विटामिन ए इज प्रेजेंट इन द हेयर ऑयल, विटामिन ए इज प्रेजेंट इन द हेयर शैम्पू. क्योंकि आजकल आपको वही बोल रहे हैं ना, है ना, हर कोई डॉक्टर आता है टेलीविजन पे, डॉक्टर कटरीना कैफ, डॉक्टर अनुष्का शर्मा, ऐसे बहुत सारे डॉक्टर है. उन्होंने कहा से किया है क्या मालूम, एमबीबीएस एमडी. तो वो आते हैं, वो बोलते हैं इसमें है प्रो विटामिन ए, लगाओ अपने बालों को बना दो घना. तो वही टकले के ऊपर लगाओ, फिर होता है कि देखो कुछ, तो इससे कुछ नहीं होता. एंड ओके, बट चल रहा है विटामिन के नाम पे बहुत कुछ चल रहा है. बिस्किट में बोलो इसमें है विटामिन, इसमें है विटामिन, इसमें है वो, इसमें एडेड मिनरल्स, सब चल रहा है. नाउ व्हाट इज द सोर्स ऑफ विटामिन ए? द बेस्ट सोर्स ऑफ विटामिन ए इज लिवर, किडनी, egg yolk, milk, cheese, butter, fish liver oil, cod oil, okay, and beta carotene from vegetable beta carotene का आप पता है. So ये होता है कैरोट में. So beta carotene is present in the carrot, also present in the, है ना, radish में मूला, मूलिया, मूली में होता है, गाजर में होता है. So beta carotene होगा. So beta carotene is known as a pro vitamin A. याद रखना आपको, beta carotene is known as a pro vitamin A because okay, after hydrolysis of beta carotene you will get two molecules of retinol. इसके ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. One beta carotene will give you two molecules of vitamin A. Okay? So liver, kidney, या आप liver kidney सोच तो मतलब क्या है, लोगों के liver निकल के खाने का नहीं. So नॉनवेज जो खाते हैं उसमें जो liver वगैरह आता है उसमें होता है kidney, egg yolk, milk, cheese, butter, fish liver oil. Fish कौन सा भाई? cod liver oil and shark liver oil. They are the richest source of vitamin A. Vitamin A का richest source है. Now there is one vitamin A is very important for your eyes. Okay, so deficiency of vitamin A causes the two type of disorders. First is night blindness, and second is a color blindness. Because in your retina, आपका जो eyes होता है, retina में दो टाइप का सेल होता है. In your retina you have two type of cell. Rod cells are there and cone cells are there. Rod cells and cone cells. So rod cells, they are responsible for the dim light. Rod cells, they are responsible for the dim light, and cone cells, they are responsible for the bright light as well as colored vision. और इसके ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुका है, ठीक है, आपको आएगा बाद में. योर रेटिना हैज अ टू टाइप ऑफ सेल. फर्स्ट वन इज अ रॉड सेल. रॉड सेल इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द डिम लाइट, ओके, और डिम लाइट और डार्क लाइट, डिम लाइट. एंड कोन सेल्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द ब्राइट लाइट एंड कलर विजन. ओके, नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस, ओके, समझ लेना ये. योर रेटिना हैज अ टू टाइप ऑफ सेल, ठीक है. Your retina has a two type of cell. First one is a rod cell. They are responsible for the dim light. And second is a cone cell. They are responsible for the bright light or color vision. Okay? So these two type of cell are there. They are known as a photosensitive cell, or you can say photosensitive receptor. Okay? Now this retinol, okay, particularly retinol, okay, retinol is found in the eyes. retinol होता है eyes में होता है. retinol active form है, storage भी होता है इसका. retinoic acid is important for the tissue differentiation. तो उसका function आपको आएगा बाद में. So it is also involved in the tissue repair, differentiation, etc., and also involved in the reproduction. So sequence of event, there is one cycle known as a Wald's visual cycle. So this retinal is present in the visual cycle. Okay, so without retinal, without vitamin A, you cannot able to C. What happens? So vitamin A known as a retinal. So it is present as a 11 cis retinal. 11 cis retinal. A cis form होता है उसका. 11 cis retinal. Okay. Okay. So ये कहाँ से आता है आपका डाइट में लिवर. Okay. So liver after the eating, what from the source it will go into the intestine. It will get hydrolyzed. There is a vitamin A. There is retinol formation. Retinol will be esterified with the lipids and then it is absorbed. It is absorbed through a bile. Bile is very important for absorption of vitamin. But lipid soluble vitamin, जितने भी lipid soluble vitamin है, they all are absorbed in the similar way. They are absorbed in a similar way. They are absorbed in the bile through a okay. So they will absorb. They will then they are esterified with the esters of fatty acids and the retinal esters, and they are stored in the liver. Now 11 cis retinal. So it will go in the retina. Retina में होता है एक प्रोटीन आपका. Retina has one protein known as opsin. Now 11 cis retinal and opsin they will combine to form a rhodopsin. To form a rhodopsin. So rhodopsin is nothing but the 11 cis retinal plus opsin. Opsin is a protein. Okay? Now when light will fall on the retina, so when light rays will fall on the retina, so this rhodopsin is broken down. ये rhodopsin में जो 11 cis retinal है, so the 11 cis retinal is converted into 11 trans retinal. ये जो there is a isomerization of this retinol. So ये जो retinal है retinal 11 cis retinal after receiving the photon from light, so it is isomerized and converted into 11 trans retinal. Okay, 11 trans retinal, and there is a dissociation of rhodopsin. Rhodopsin का dissociation होता है light मिलने के बाद, and that take a signal that takes a signal, and the receptors of this they belongs to GPCR family. ठीक है, ये जो response है that response is carried by GPCR to the okay, and there is a hyperpolarization of this retinal cell, and that send a message to brain for the response. ठीक है, तो ऐसा होता है वो. So 11 cis retinal plus opsin of your retina, they will combine together to form a rhodopsin. So 11 cis retinal opsin. So when light will fall on this retina, so it is isomerized. 11 cis retinal is isomerized to 11 trans retinal. It will become 11 trans retinal opsin. Okay, and that isomerization is coupled with the sensitive receptors are over there. Light sensitive receptors. Light sensitive receptors they will monitor this change. 11 cis to 11 trans हो गया ना, तो वो immediately GPCR होता है वो receptor, वो immediately ट्रांजैक्शन चालू कर देगा अपना और बाद में वो मैसेज देगा सिग्नल ब्रेन को. Now what you have 11 trans retinal plus opsin, बाद में इसका dissociation होता है and you will get 11 trans retinal. 11 trans retinal. So in the retina only there is one enzyme known as the retinal isomerase. So 80%, okay, so sorry, out of that 20% of all trans retinal is immediately converted into 11 cis retinal. Now out of this 80% is transported as a 11 trans retinal in the liver. तो 11 trans retinal 80% liver में जाता है, 20% इसका immediately isomerization हो गया 11 cis retinal बनता है, बाद में फिर से होता है. Now in the liver 11 trans retinal is converted into 11 trans retinol. यहाँ पे retinol में convert होता है. So because of the aldehyde dehydrogenase, alcohol dehydrogenase. So 11 trans retinal is converted into 11 trans retinol. नाल मतलब क्या aldehyde, यहाँ पे aldehyde है, यहाँ पे alcohol है. So in the liver 80% of 11 trans retinal is sent to the liver and 20% is isomerized, you can see, which will enter into the cycle. Now this 11 trans retinal is converted to 11 trans retinol by alcohol dehydrogenase in the liver. Now 11 trans retinal is converted into 11 cis retinol in the liver only by isomerase enzyme, and this 11 cis retinol again converted into 11 cis retinol by alcohol dehydrogenase. यहाँ पे अल्कोहल डिहाइड्रोजन नहीं, अल्डिहाइड है, अल्डिहाइड मतलब बुक्स में भी गलत है, यहाँ पे अल्डिहाइड होना चाहिए. So aldehyde dehydrogenase बरोबर. Then 11 cis retinal will again participate into the cycle. That's how there is a response Okay, there is a response to the light. Are you getting or not? World's visual cycle. समझ रहा है ये? Hello, are you getting or not? So we'll see. ये cycle अपन फिर से एक बार देखेंगे. Don't worry. Now you can see this is known as the 11 trans retinal. 11 trans retinal. It is the structure of vitamin A. तो aldehyde है तो क्या retinal? 11 trans retinal. 11 cis retinal कैसे है? ऐसे. Structure of 11 cis retinal. You know, cis and trans hydrogen and CH3 group. Get this. Now how there is a absorption, distribution and distribution of your vitamin A. So vitamin A means kya? Retinol. So mostly it is present in the form of beta carotene. So beta carotene is known as a provitamin A. Provitamin A. So it is found in the your carrot, then it is also found in the radish and beet, etc. बीट में होता है, कैरेट में होता है, रेडिश में होता है. So beta carotene is broken down into the your GIT, you know, into the two molecules of vitamin A. Two molecules of vitamin A. There is a retinol. You know, तो retinol, है ना, एक तो प्लांट सोर्स से आया तो बीटा कैरोटीन आएगा, एक तो डायरेक्ट अगर विटामिन ए आ गया तो रेटिनॉल आएगा. So in the both cases, retinol that is present in the GIT. Now in the GIT, okay, in the GIT, EPD, okay, it is present in the GIT. Okay. Now EPD is not present as a retinol. EPD is present as a retinol esters. है ना, अगर वो ऑयल्स में भी होता है ना, वेजिटेबल ऑयल्स में भी, लिपिड में भी होता नहीं, ऑयल्स में भी होता है विटामिन ए. So it is found in the form of retinol esters. Retinol ester. Okay. So that is broken down first, converted into retinol, and then retinol. Okay. So retinol esters. Retinol esters, they are converted to retinol, and then it is absorbed in the intestine, absorbed through the intestine, and immediately after absorption converted into retinol ester, and it is okay. Then it is transported through chylomicrons, that is through lipoprotein, to the liver for storage. So in the liver it is stored, okay, and liver will release the retinol as per the demands of your body. So retinol will immediately bind to one protein known as retinol binding protein. Okay. So you can see retinol binding protein, ये जो होता है RBP, retinol binding protein. So that is a transport protein for the vitamin A. Question इसके ऊपर आ सकता है, what is retinol binding protein? Transport protein for the vitamin A. Now retinol binding protein, okay. So retinol will act on its receptor. So whatever target cell are there, so will act. Retinol binding protein will be released, and it will bring about the changes in the DNA. It will show its action. That's how absorption, distribution of vitamin A is there. Okay. समझ में आए विटामिन का absorption, particularly vitamin A का. Next is important points of vitamin A and biological role. Important points and biological role of vitamin A. So what is, okay? So in the plants, vitamin A is found in the form of beta carotene. Beta carotene in the plant, okay, it is known as a provitamin A. इसको अपन provitamin A बोलते हैं. Now each molecule of beta carotene will give you two molecules of vitamin A. So after the hydrolysis of provitamin A, you will get two vitamin A. So beta carotene will give you two molecules of vitamin A. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. Now it is hydrolyzed by beta carotene deoxygenase. बीटा कैरोटीन डीऑक्सीनेज, ये एंजाइम होता है आपके जीआईटी में. जो भी बीटा कैरोटीन है उसको हाइड्रोलाइज करके विटामिन ए का दो मॉलिक्यूल बनता है. नाउ देयर आर थ्री विटामिन्स ऑफ विटामिन ए. यू नो दैट रेटिनॉल इज अल्कोहल फॉर्म व्हिच इज एक्टिव फॉर्म ऑफ विटामिन ए. रेटिनॉल इज अल्डिहाइड फॉर्म, इट इज आल्सो एक्टिव फॉर्म ऑफ विटामिन ए. तो बहुत सारे बुक्स में अल्कोहल एज एक्टिव फॉर्म दिया है और एक दो बुक में अल्डिहाइड एज एक्टिव फॉर्म दिया है. रेटिनोइक एसिड इज आल्सो एक्टिव फॉर्म. So you can say all these three are the vitamins. But अगर आपको क्वेश्चन आता है कि what is the active form of vitamin A amongst the following, और ये तीन ऑप्शन दिए तो रेटिनॉल को क्लिक करो. Now vitamin A has a biological role in the vision, and it was first time studied by Wald, okay? And it is known as a Wald's visual cycle or rhodopsin cycle. Wald's visual cycle or rhodopsin cycle. There are two type of cell in the eyes, retina of eye. Rod cell होता है, they are responsible for the dim light, and second होता है cone cells, they are responsible for the bright light and color vision. इसके ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. तो कौन से सेल रिस्पॉन्सिबल है ब्राइट लाइट के लिए, कौन से सेल डीम लाइट के लिए. सो रिमेंबर there are two type of cell in your retina. First is the rod cells responsible for the dim light, cone cells responsible for the bright light and color vision, okay, respectively. Now what is the function of this vitamin A in your body? So almost it will work like a steroid hormone, almost it will work like a steroid hormone. So responsible for the synthesis of protein, also involving the growth and differentiation of cells. जो आपका सेल का नॉर्मल ग्रोथ है एंड नॉर्मल डिफरेंशिएशन है, सो दैट इज आल्सो रेगुलेटेड बाय विटामिन ए. Normal reproduction, it is very very important for normal reproduction. Then again, vitamin A is responsible for cholesterol synthesis. Again, it is responsible for the proper immune system, and it is a carotenoid and it acts as an antioxidant also. इसका सारा रोल है. तो यहाँ पे मैंने 2-3 लाइन में लिखा है, लेकिन ये रोल अगर रेफरेंस बुक में देखेंगे तो पूरा एक पन्ने का रहेगा. सो पूरा एक पन्ने का रहेगा. तो यहाँ पे 1 लाइन में लिखा है, जैसे ऑलमोस्ट लाइक स्टेरॉइड हार्मोन सिंथेसिस, ऑलमोस्ट लाइक स्टेरॉइड हार्मोन्स, है ना. यहाँ पे एक लाइन होगा मेरा, ये लाइन के ऊपर 4-5 लाइन का डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया होगा. देन विटामिन ए इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर सिंथेसिस ऑफ प्रोटीन्स. It is involved in the growth and differentiation of cell, normal growth and differentiation of cell, important for normal reproduction, cholesterol synthesis, okay? Then proper immune system, carotenoids, they act as an antioxidant in the body. ये तो सारा रोल है, ठीक है. Now deficiency of vitamin A and overdose of vitamin A. तो याद रखना है आपको, लिपिड सोल्यूबल विटामिन का ही आपको टॉक्सिटी होता है. So toxicity can occur only with the lipid soluble vitamin. Why? Because lipid soluble vitamins, they are stored in the body. They are stored in the body. And that's why they have storage form in the body. And that's why a hypervitaminosis or vitamin toxicity can occur. Lipid soluble vitamin जो होते हैं बॉडी में स्टोर होते हैं, उसके कारण क्या है, उसका टॉक्सिटी हो सकता है, हाइपरविटामिनोसिस हो सकता है, राइट. So just remember, and water soluble vitamin क्या है, so they are soluble in the water and their storage form is not there in the body. तो जो बी कॉम्प्लेक्स विटामिन होते हैं उनका स्टोरेज फॉर्म बॉडी में होता नहीं. तो आपने कितना भी खाया विटामिन बी कॉम्प्लेक्स, तो सुबह सुबह नीचे निकल जाएगा वो. आप देखो विटामिन का बी कॉम्प्लेक्स का टैबलेट लिया आपने, तो आपका यूरिन जो है ना वो येलो कलर का आता है. दैट इज ड्यू टू द एक्सक्रीशन ऑफ दैट विटामिन इन द वाटर. Because water soluble vitamin, they are water soluble and they are easily excreted. Whatever extra is there, whatever is not required for body, that is being excreted. So it is easily excreted through the urine. That's why toxicity of vitamin B complex vitamin or water soluble vitamin is not possible. तो विटामिन बी कॉम्प्लेक्स जो होता है, वाटर सोल्यूबल विटामिन का जो होता है, उनका टॉक्सिटी नहीं होता है. बट लिपिड सोल्यूबल विटामिन का टॉक्सिटी डेफिनेटली होता है, बिकॉज दे हैव स्टोरेज फॉर्म इन द बॉडी, राइट. तो आजकल क्या हो रहा है कि मतलब बहुत कॉशियस हो चुके हैं लोग, है ना. जैसे जैसे बहुत सारे डॉक्टर आए नए नए मार्केट में, जैसे आपके टेलीविजन डॉक्टर्स, डॉक्टर अक्षय कुमार, डॉक्टर है ना प्रियंका चोपड़ा, ये सब डॉक्टर वो नहीं आते. ये बोलते हैं ये विटामिन बच्चे को देगा तंदुरुस्ती, यहाँ से वहाँ लाइन क्रॉस करने के लिए, ऐसा वैसा बोल के. तो हर पेरेंट क्या सोच रहा है कि यार नहीं मेरे बच्चों को अच्छा विटामिन खाना चाहिए, तो उसको मतलब उसको जरूरत भी नहीं है, तो मतलब फोर्सफुली उसको खिला रहा है. कभी कभी क्या होता है, उसको हाइपर विटामिनोसिस हो जाता है एंड ही हैज टू बी एडमिटेड इन द हॉस्पिटल. तो ऐसा मत करो. नॉर्मली जितना अच्छा खाना खाया, दैट इज फ्रॉम दैट फूड ओनली यू आर गोइंग टू गेट योर रिक्वायरमेंट टू बी फुलफिल्ड. देयर इज नो नीड टू प्रोवाइड सप्लीमेंट्स. लेकिन आजकल होता है बॉर्नविटा ये वो सब चल रहा है. और डिफिशियंसी डिसऑर्डर्स एंड ओवरडोज ऑफ विटामिन. So overdose or toxicity that occurs only with the lipid soluble vitamins. Remember, water soluble vitamins, they are easily excreted. So most important deficiency is night blindness. Okay, so deficiency of vitamin A, retinol, okay, causes the night blindness. Okay, because vitamin A is present as 11 says retinol in the rhodopsin or wall sweeper cycle. And if vitamin A is not there, so we will not able to see. So night blindness is the early symptom of your vitamin A deficiency. तो आपको थोड़ा बहुत भी अंधेरा होगा ना, तो आपको दिखना बंद हो जाएगा. दिखना क्या होगा, बंद हो जाएगा. Difficulty to see in the night, there is known as a night blindness. and increased dark adaptation time. तो ये क्या है, डार्क एडेप्टेशन टाइम एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. इंक्रीज्ड डार्क एडेप्टेशन टाइम. सपोज आप गए मूवी देखने ना, जब आप, एम आई ऑडिबल टू यू, एम आई ऑडिबल, ओके, जब आप मूवी देखने जाते हो थिएटर में, है ना, दोस्तों के साथ, तो देखो आप बाहर से गए, मतलब बाहर मतलब क्या, आपको बाहर क्या है, बाहर लाइट है, सनलाइट है. सो एट दैट टाइम दैट सनलाइट इज फॉलिंग ऑन योर रेटिना. सो जैसे आपके रेटिना पे सनलाइट फॉल होता है, मतलब व्हेन यू आर इन अ ब्राइट लाइट, सो योर रॉड सेल जो होते हैं, सो वट एवर रोडोप्सिन इज देयर इन अ रॉड सेल्स, that is being used, okay, and when you suddenly shift to the dark area in the theater, suddenly आप dark area में जा रहे हैं, so what happens, due to depletion of your rhodopsin, so it take a few seconds to synthesize a rhodopsin by cone cell, okay, by your your rod cells, okay. You know, rod cells are responsible for the dim light, cone cells are responsible for the bright light. तो जब लाइट, मतलब जब आप लाइट होते हैं, सनलाइट में होते हैं बाहर, तो आप तब तब आपके कौन सेल्स जो वर्किंग कर रहे हैं, है ना, तब रोडोप्सिन कौन सेल में आ रहा है ना. जब आप डार्क में सडनली जाते हो, है ना, when you enter in a theater suddenly, so what happens, your rod cell will work, okay, so they will synthesize a rhodopsin, they should synthesize a rhodopsin, but it requires certain time, it requires certain seconds. So for a few seconds you get blind, you know, and your eyes need to be adjusted. You know, you take, okay, there should be synthesis of rhodopsin in the rod cell, and it takes time, and that is, okay, the time gap to adjust the bright light and dim light. when you when you enters into dark light, suddenly from the dim, okay, when you enters into dim light suddenly from bright light, so your eyes need to be adjusted, your eyes, okay, your cone cells need to be sensitized, your rhodopsin, it takes time. Now that time is known as adaptation time, dark adaptation time. उसको डार्क एडेप्टेशन टाइम बोलते हैं. सो इफ यू आर सफरिंग फ्रॉम विटामिन ए डेफिशिएंसी, योर डार्क एडेप्टेशन टाइम इज इंक्रीज्ड, है ना. आप जाओ थिएटर में, आपको कुछ ब्लाइंड 1-2 सेकंड के लिए थोड़ा सा समझ में नहीं आता, आपको दिखना था नहीं आता, लेकिन आपकी आईज इमीडिएटली एडजस्ट करते हैं उसको, योर आईज दे आर एडजस्टिंग इमीडिएटली. बाद में आपको थिएटर में दिखाई पड़ता है कि यार ये चेहरे ये चेहरे, लेकिन इमीडिएटली जाने के बाद में दिखता है. बट कुछ लोगों में विटामिन ए का डेफिशिएंसी होता है, और वो गए ना थिएटर में तो उनको दिखता ही नहीं. सो दे हैव इंक्रीज्ड एडेप्टेशन टाइम, उनको बहुत देर लगती है, मतलब हाफ एन आवर, that is a very long time, half an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. So you should get accommodated, your eyes should get accommodated with that dim light within a 5 to 10 seconds, that's it. That is known as a dark adaptation time. Now due to deficiency of vitamin A, xerophthalmia is the xerophthalmia means complete destruction of your retina, you know. So what happens due to deficiency of vitamin A, your retina will get keratinized. रेटिना जो होता है आपका, उसके ऊपर केराटिन का डिपोजिशन होता है, देयर इज अ केराटिनाइजेशन ऑफ विटामिन, ओके, रेटिना ड्यू टू डिफिशिएंसी ऑफ विटामिन ए, बिकॉज विटामिन ए इज आल्सो रिस्पांसिबल फॉर द नॉर्मल सेल ग्रोथ ऑफ योर बॉडी. ड्राइनेस ऑफ रेटिना का देन केराटिनाइजेशन ऑफ रेटिना, ओके, and that known as a corneal keratinization of cell, okay, that is known as a xerophthalmia, okay. वहाँ पे keratinization होगा आपका सेल का. Then you will develop a triangular plex over the retina known as a bitot spot. ठीक है, याद रखना डेफिशिएंसी सिंड्रोम. नाइट ब्लाइंडनेस एक होता है, xerophthalmia एक होता है, bitot spot. Again growth retardation, sterility in the male, okay. Male say they will not able to reproduce, sterility in male, keratinization of epithelial cell, कोई epithelial cell का भी keratinization होगा, GIT, epithelial cells of GIT. then यूरिन GIT का keratinization हो गया तो obviously absorption हर एक चीज का कम होगा. urinary and respiratory tract, मतलब सबका keratinization बढ़ा देगा. then hypervitaminosis A, अगर विटामिन का ए का ज्यादा डोज लिया, hypervitaminosis A in elderly people, okay, elderly people are more susceptible for the vitamin A toxicity. क्यों? क्योंकि जो एजड लोग होते हैं उनका वैसे ही सिस्टम डाउन होता है। आप देखो ना, अगर आपने नया फोन लिया, नया मोबाइल लिया या फिर नया लैपटॉप लिया, तो इतना फास्ट चलता है, अगर 2-4 साल यूज करो उसको, स्लो हो जाता है। वैसे ही ह्यूमंस का है ना। सो जैसे आप यूथ होते हो तो आपके सभी सिस्टम प्रॉपरली काम करते हैं फटाफट से। जैसे जैसे आप बूढ़े हो जाते हो तो वैसे वैसे आपका सिस्टम कम होता है। सो दैट्स व्हाई इन द चिल्ड्रंस, इन द adults, in the geriatric patient, so the liver capacity, metabolizing capacity of liver also decreases. That's why toxicity is increased. Now next one is a vitamin D. Vitamin Next one is vitamin D. Again, it is a lipid soluble vitamin. Okay, lipid soluble vitamin. So it is known as a ergocalciferol. Ergocalciferol, cholecalciferol. Okay, ergocalciferol is a vitamin D2. Additional methyl group होता है इसमें. Then D3. Okay, vitamin D3 is known as a cholecalciferol. What is the active form of vitamin D? That is known as a calcitriol. ये इसको बोलते हैं calcitriol. इसको बोलते हैं calcitriol. They are also referred as provitamins. जो अर्गोकैल्सिफेरॉल जो है आपका, कोलेकैल्सिफेरॉल जो है, they are known as a provitamins because कोलेकैल्सिफेरॉल जो it is not active. इसका एक्टिव फॉर्म होता है 1,25 डाइहाइड्रोक्सीकोलेकैल्सिफेरॉल. This is active. Vitamin D is synthesized under the skin upon exposure to sunlight. है ना, सनलाइट जितना नॉर्मली इसका डेफिशिएंसी होता नहीं है, उसका रीजन ही वही है. So in India you have enough sunlight and normally the deficiency occurs in the northern people. नॉर्थ में जो लोग रहते हैं तो उनको कैसा है, 2-3 महीने अगर उन्होंने सनलाइट के नीचे नहीं गए नहीं तो डेफिशिएंसी हो जाएगा विटामिन डी का, because it is synthesized under skin and that's why it is known as a sunshine vitamin. Sunshine vitamin, इसको क्या बोलते हैं, sunshine vitamin, also known as a sunshine vitamin, vitamin D. It is synthesized under the skin. Okay? So ergosterol from plants and under the sunlight, ergosterol is converted into ergocalciferol. It is known as D2. Ergocalciferol. Then, okay, then after that it is converted to cholecalciferol. So it is a structure of cholecalciferol. You can see here is a steroidal. Cholecalciferol का ये structure होता है. In this slide you can see. So you can see over here synthesis of vitamin D. 7-dehydrocholesterol. 7-dehydrocholesterol. है ना. So UV rays जो होता है sunlight में, so under the skin of your under skin there is a 7-dehydrocholesterol. है ना, cholesterol 7-dehydrocholesterol होता है आपके बॉडी में. So by sunlight, so it will become a secosterol. So it is structure of your secosterol. Then it is converted into cholecalciferol. There is trans-secosterol in the cholecalciferol. Cholecalciferol is sign. When see cholecalciferol after synthesis, it is stored in the liver, and in the liver there is one enzyme known as 25-hydroxylase. ना, cholecalciferol 25-hydroxylase. लिवर में 25-hydroxylase और cholecalciferol 25-hydroxylase 25 पोजीशन पे ये क्या करेगा, हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप बना देगा. यहाँ पे 25 पोजीशन होता है. There is an introduction of this OH group over here, known as a 25-hydroxycholecalciferol. 25-hydroxycholecalciferol is known as a vitamin D2, also known as a calcitriol. Diol, देखो इसमें क्या है, एक ही हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप है यहाँ पे, इसको बोलते हैं D1, cholecalciferol D1, cholecalciferol D1. भाई यहाँ पे क्या है, 25-hydroxycholecalciferol, दो हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप है, एक यहाँ पे एक यहाँ पे. That's why calcitriol. Now this calcitriol is converted to vitamin D3, calcitriol, while passing through the kidney. In the kidney there is one enzyme known as alpha hydroxylase. In the kidney there is one enzyme known as alpha hydroxylase, which convert 25-hydroxycholecalciferol. Now you can see 1,25 dihydroxycholecalciferol. यहाँ पे देखो ये तो ये एडिशनल ग्रुप में एक है, वो इसमें क्या है, 3 है, 1 2 3. So it is known as a calcitriol. आपको क्वेश्चन आएगा, एक्टिव फॉर्म ऑफ विटामिन D3, that is a 1,25 dihydroxycholic acid is synthesized in following. और आपको ऑप्शन में आएगा अंडर द स्किन, आपको ऑप्शन में आएगा इन द लीवर, आपको ऑप्शन में आएगा इन द मसल्स, आपको ऑप्शन में आएगा इन द किडनी. सो किडनी, ठीक है. सो conversion of calcitriol, that is a 25 hydroxycholic acid into calcitriol, that is a 1,25 dihydroxycholic acid known as a calcitriol. 1,25 dihydroxycholic acid known as a calcitriol. So it is synthesized in the kidney. Are you getting or not? समझ रहा है आपको? So that is the active form. It is synthesized in the kidney, and it is synthesized under the skin. That's why it is known as a sunshine vitamin. Sunshine vitamin. Now, vitamin D2 and D3 are not active as such, and it is converted into active in the liver. So cholecalciferol is hydrolyzed. Cholecalciferol is hydrolyzed at 25 position. So first 25 hydroxycholecalciferol बनता है. लीवर में क्या बनता है? cholecalciferol से 25 hydroxycholecalciferol. 25 hydroxycholecalciferol को अपन क्या बोलते हैं? calcidiol. 25 hydroxycholecalciferol को ही अपन क्या बोलते हैं? calcidiol, known as the vitamin D2. calcidiol. It is also not active form. By ये कौन करता है? cholecalciferol is converted to calcium 25 hydroxycholecalciferol by the enzyme hydroxylase. Cholecalciferol hydroxylase in the liver. Now in the kidney, this 25 hydroxycholecalciferol is converted into, this kidney has a 25 hydroxycholecalciferol, one hydroxylase. Which hydroxylase it again to form a 25 dihydroxycholecalciferol, which is known as a calcitriol, and which is a biologically active form of vitamin D. calcitriol जो है biologically active form. क्वेश्चन इसके ऊपर आ चुका है. It is produced in the kidney. Also known as a, now this vitamin D2 or vitamin D, also known as vitamin D, is also known as a calcitropic hormone. Also known as a calcitropic hormone. Why it is known as a calcitropic hormone? Because vitamin D is responsible for the calcification of your bones. Vitamin D is responsible for the calcification of bones and regulation of calcium level in your body. Calcitropic hormone, vitamin D. Vitamin D, in presence of vitamin D, there is one in presence of vitamin D, calcium and phosphate, and one enzyme known as a alkaline phosphatase. So in presence of alkaline phosphatase, vitamin D causes the calcification of your bones. उसको बोलते हैं अपन, है ना, calcification of bones. Bone cell होते हैं osteocytes. So there is a calcification of osteocytes due to vitamin D. Okay? Also known as a calcitropic hormone. Function क्या है इसका? Regulation of plasma calcium and phosphate level. Okay? It increases the absorption of calcium and phosphate in the intestine. Calcitriol is essential for bone formation. Decreases the excretion of calcium and phosphate through the kidney. Now 24-25 dihydroxycholecalciferol. 24-25 dihydroxycholecalciferol. There is active form of vitamin D known as a calcitriol D3. Actinomycin D एक antibody होता है that inhibit the action of calcitriol. Or deficiency disorders and overdose of this vitamin. So actinomycin D is the antibiotic which inhibit the action of calcitriol. Now deficiency disorders and overdose of vitamin D, है ना, deficiency होगा तो क्या होगा? deficiency होगा तो क्या होगा? और overdose लिया विटामिन डी का तो क्या होगा? एक बात यहाँ पे याद रखना है, it is the most toxic vitamin. ठीक है, यहाँ पे नीचे भी आएगा आपको. Vitamin D is the most toxic vitamin from the lipid soluble vitamin. Most toxic vitamin. Now deficiency of vitamin D, deficiency disorder. So deficiency result in the deficiency result because of the insufficient exposure to sunlight, and that's why mostly it occurs in the northern people. जो नॉर्थ इंडिया के जो लोग होते हैं उनको वहाँ पे उनको वहाँ पे सनलाइट नहीं रहता प्रॉपर. दैट्स व्हाई उनको डेफिशिएंसी ज़्यादा होता है. डाइट, इफ यू आर नॉट, it is not being supplied from diet also. Okay, so there is also deficiency, lack of vitamin D containing diet. So deficiency is because of the insufficient exposure to sunlight, lack of D containing diet. Now इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है जीपैट 2018 में. Deficiency of vitamin D in the children's. Deficiency of vitamin D in the children's result in the rickets. Vitamin D deficiency in the children result in the rickets, and vitamin D deficiency in the adult results in the osteomalacia. Osteomalacia. Vitamin D deficiency in the children result in the rickets, and in the adults osteomalacia. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. चिल्ड्रंस में डिफिशियंसी होगा तो रिकेट्स होगा. रिकेट्स मतलब क्या है? जो वेट बेयरिंग बोन होते हैं. सो हिप बोन है आपका पूरा लेग का हिप बोन जो होता है. सो दैट इज अ स्ट्रेट है ना. बट अगर विटामिन डी का डिफिशियंसी है रिकेट्स अगर होगा तो दैट बोन विल बिकम अ बेंड है ना. बेंड बोन होगा. सो रिकेट्स. सो देयर इज अ not a improper calcification of bone, and that's why bone will become weak. Osteomalacia means your bones are easily broken down, easily break होते. So deficiency of vitamin D result in the rickets in the children, and in the adults osteomalacia. Are you getting my voice properly or not? Okay. So ये इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. Rickets in the children. Deficiency of vitamin D in the children that result in the rickets. Deficiency of vitamin D in the adults result in the osteomalacia. Now also result in the renal rickets known as the renal osteodystrophy. It is due to the decreased synthesis of calcitriol in the kidney. Amongst the all vitamin D is the most toxic vitamin, which result in the hypervitaminosis D. It is also known as a calcitropic vitamin. It is also known as a vitamin D is also known as. सबसे पहले तो ये इसका बोलते हैं अपन सनशाइन विटामिन. सनशाइन विटामिन also known as calcitopic hormone, also known as anti arrhetic factor. एंटी रिचेटिक फैक्टर मतलब वही एंटी रिचेटिक फैक्टर. रिकेट्स या rickets will prevent. So vitamin D is also known as sunshine vitamin, calcitopic hormone, anti richetic factor. तो याद रखना है तीनों असाइनमेंट्स. नेक्स्ट विल सी vitamin E. Vitamin E. So what is vitamin E? Vitamin E is known as tocopherols. Tocopherols. There are 8 vitamins: alpha, beta, gamma, delta. ऐसा. So there are different vitamins. So vitamin E is a tocopherol, okay, known as a tocopherol. It is also known as an anti-sterility vitamin. Anti-sterility vitamin, because deficiency of vitamin E results in the sterility in the male. So men will not able to reproduce. It is also known as an anti-ataxia vitamin. Anti-ataxia vitamin. जो ataxia होता है cerebral ataxia होता है. So it is also due to deficiency of vitamin E. Remember, vitamin E is also known as anti-sterility vitamin, anti-ataxia vitamin, and vitamin in search of disease. Vitamin in search of disease मतलब क्या कि अगर विटामिन ई का डेफिशिएंसी होगा तो बहुत सारे डिसीज आपको पकड़ लेंगे. सो दैट्स व्हाई विटामिन इन सर्च ऑफ डिसीज. विटामिन ई का विटामिन्स कौन सा है? अल्फा टोकोफेरॉल, बीटा टोकोफेरॉल, गामा टोकोफेरॉल, डेल्टा. ऐसा 8 है. सो ओके. सो अल्फा टोकोफेरॉल इज द मोस्ट एक्टिव. सो अगर पूछा है so which tocopherol is active? Alpha tocopherol is active. Now what is the ring present? They are the derivative of 6-hydroxychromone ring, and which is also known as tocol ring. इसको अपन tocol ring बोलते हैं. 6-hydroxychromone और tocol ring with the 3 isoprenide unitized side chain. तो डेली अलाउंस कितना है? 8 to 10 मिलीग्राम और 15 international unit daily. What is the source of vitamin D? So it is found in the wheat germ oil, cottonseed oil, palm oil, peanut oil, then sunflower oil. Also present in the meat, milk, butter and eggs. तो almost सभी खाने में ये विटामिन ई होता है. तो विटामिन ई का स्ट्रक्चर देख लो यहाँ पे. टोकल रिंग, 6-hydroxychromone रिंग, 6-hydroxychromone. ये देखो 6-hydroxychromone रिंग. एंड उसके बाद में ये आइसोप्रोनाइड यूनिट्स, 3 आइसोप्रोनाइड यूनिट्स, 3 आइसोप्रोनाइड यूनिट्स. विटामिन ई, anti-sterility vitamin. So what is the important biological role of vitamin E? So it has an antioxidant property because of the hydroxyl group in the chromosome ring. The antioxidant भी होता है. The function is because of the antioxidant property. Whatever function of vitamin E is there, so it is only because of the its antioxidant property. It prevents the enzymatic oxidation of fatty acids. Okay, एंजाइमेटिक ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ फैटी एसिड। सो अगर फैटी एसिड का ऑक्सीडेशन नहीं होने देगा तो यहाँ पे क्या नहीं होने देगा, अर्थरोस्क्लेरोसिस नहीं होने देगा। सो विटामिन ई इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट for the atherosclerosis. So, if deficiency of vitamin E that can result in the atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis जो block होता है हार्ट में, आर्टरी में. So vitamin E is very important. Along with the selenium, selenium जो है, it is a trace element. Selenium along with selenium, so they act synergistically. Selenium with the vitamin A, they act synergistically in this perspective. So it helps in this process to the vitamin A. Now it protects the unsaturated fatty acid. So it protects the unsaturated fatty acid, polyunsaturated fatty acid. अगर polyunsaturated fatty acid का oxidation हो गया ना तो फिर free radical generate होगा, and polyunsaturated fatty acid themselves they act as an antioxidant. So it prevent the it prevent the oxidation of polyunsaturated fatty acid. There is a from peroxidation reaction and it is a essential for membrane structure and integrity. आपको जो सेल मेम्ब्रेन है उसके लिए भी इम्पोर्टेंट होता है ये विटामिन ई, and it is regarded as a membrane antioxidant. Again, it protect the RBC from hemolysis. आपके RBC को भी break down होने से बचाता है. It prevent the sterility and improves the reproduction function in the male. Requires for normal cellular respiration through ETC. Required for the proper storage of creatinine in the skeletal muscle. Important for absorption of amino acid from intestine. Also important for prevention of chronic disease like cancer and heart disease. जैसे बोला है मैंने, arteriosclerosis and normal reproduction. Very important vitamin E. Now deficiency results in the following. Deficiency of vitamin E. तो obviously इसको क्या बोलते हैं अपन, anti sterility vitamin. Deficiency of vitamin result in the instability, tremors, change in the muscle, strength, megaloblastic anemia, changes in the central nervous system. It is known as an anti-ataxia vitamin, anti-aging factor. It is the least toxic vitamin amongst the fat soluble vitamin. तो सबसे ज़्यादा टॉक्सिक होता है विटामिन डी एंड सबसे कम टॉक्सिक होता है विटामिन ई. Now, okay, next one is the vitamin K. Vitamin K. So vitamin K it has a three forms. तीन फॉर्म होता है इसका. There are three vitamins. So vitamin K1 is known as a phyloquinone. It is present in the plant. Phyloquinone or phytoquinone. Vitamin K2 is known as a menaquinone, and vitamin K3 is known as a menadione. Now phyloquinone known as a K1, it is present in the plant. K2 menaquinone produced by intestinal bacteria, and it is found in the animals. Now vitamin K3 is known as menadione. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. And menadione is the only, remember, it is only water soluble form. Is only water soluble synthetic form of vitamin D. Okay? K3 जो होता है it is only water soluble. बाकी सब क्या है, लिपिड soluble. बाकी सब लिपिड soluble होता है. Now all are the vitamins. Okay, all vitamins, that is a phyloquinone, menaquinone, बस 2 मिनट. Okay, menaquinone, phyloquinone, and this K1, K2, K3, they are the naphthoquinone derivative. यहाँ पे याद रखना है आपको. All they are the naphthoquinone derivative with the isophenate side chain. Okay, K1, K2, okay, they are having isophenate side chain. K3 में नहीं है isophenate side chain. There is no isophenate side chain in the K3 because K3 is a synthetic one and it is the most water soluble amongst the vitamin K, other vitamins of vitamin K. All are the heat stable vitamins. Now, what is the good source of vitamin K? सबसे ज़्यादा अच्छा सोर्स क्या होता है? आपका नॉर्मली कैबेज, कॉलीफ्लावर, टोमेटोज, अल्फाल्फा, ग्रास भी होता है, स्पिनच, ओके, देन अदर ग्रीन लीफी वेजिटेबल्स. नॉन वेज सोर्स जो होता है दैट इज वेरी गुड सोर्स, मीट, लिवर, चीज, डेयरी प्रोडक्ट. नॉर्मली डेली रिकमेंडेड डाइटरी अलाउंस होता है 70 to 140 माइक्रोग्राम पर डे. ओके, नाउ यू नो विटामिन के है ना, इट इज अ नेप्थोकिनोन डेरिवेटिव. देखो दो बेंजीन रिंग है, उसको अपन बोलेंगे नेप्थलीन रिंग. इसके ऊपर दो कीटोन है तो नेप्थोकिनोन. एंड साइड में क्या है फिर आइसोप्रोनाइट यूनिट्स है विटामिन के. नाउ you know that vitamin K is very important for your blood clotting because blood clotting factors, they are activated and that activation is coupled with the oxidation of vitamin K. तो oxidation जो vitamin K का जो epoxidation होता है that reaction is coupled with the activation of your blood clotting factors. So you can see over here, you know, so this is the vitamin K reduced upon. Okay, now it is oxidized by vitamin K epoxidase enzyme, and it is converted into vitamin K epoxidase. And during this process, ये oxidation process जो है, it is coupled with the gamma carboxylation of glutamate residue in the blood clotting factors. Blood clotting factors क्या होते हैं? They are protein in nature. उसमें glutamic acid residue होता है, उसमें gamma position पे और carboxylation होता है. So gamma carboxylation of glutamic acid residue in the blood clotting factor. That is the activation of blood clotting factors. So this reaction is coupled with that activation. That's why vitamin K is required for the activation of blood clotting factors. बाद में फिर इसका रिडक्शन होता है. Vitamin K epoxide reductase will convert vitamin K into again no, oxidized, okay? And that is inhibited by this warfarin and diacomon, okay? And this cycle will again recomplete. So that's why vitamin K is required for the synthesis of blood clotting factors. So remaining points we will see tomorrow.